Good morning, people. Good morning. Good morning. This is Spirit Journey. Yes, I'm just waking up now. I'm a little tired. Really, I'm just getting up, waking up. Let me put on my glasses. Yes, good morning. This is Spirit Journey. And welcome. Welcome this beautiful Monday morning, early Monday morning. It is March 6th, 2023. And the time is about 5:50, 5:53 in the morning. And I'm just basically waking up. My batteries are still low, so to speak, referring to my body. Yeah, I'm tired right now. I'm feeling like I just woke up and I just did. Eyes are still heavy. Oh, but I want to share with you this vision that I had. But prior to the vision, I was dreaming, and I was surprised about the people who I was dreaming about. So, a woman that I know, and either two women there. And you ever say something to actually, it was kind of reverse. I had an issue, and my feelings were hurt. But in this dream, it was revert the other person was hurt, and I was trying to explain myself, and I'm thinking in the dream that I meant no harm, and in the she was like very hurt and didn't really want to talk, and I wanted to use the opportunity to share with her, tell her, hey, I'm sorry for the misunderstanding, I care about you, and I remember sometimes people talk with their hands, and I was trying to really console her that, I didn't mean any harm, and my hand touched her shoulder, and she just kind of like grieved, but, using the opportunity, hey, I didn't, and sometimes when you touch someone's shoulder or their arm or their hand, just innocent innocently, that because you care about the person, you're trying to reach out, and they were just talking and feeling kind of sad, and then I remember saying, I said, you ever meet someone, they they're talking to you, um, but they didn't mean anything, and it was misinterpreted, something I was saying like that. I feel that if I worded it the way I did, I forget exactly what I said, but basically I'm trying to say, someone could communicate and you misunderstood. And that's all it was. And then the scene, and then someone else that was in the room that I know, and they like clowning around on the floor. And so I just joined in with the fun, trying to make light of it. And I was feeling kind of jolly. The person was wearing some type of costume, and the arms, lying on the ground, and the arms are, you know, all kind of moving wild, in the air. And they were just clowning around. So I just got joined in the fun. I remember that, I was thinking about like I was this other person that I knew in Hawaii in my past who was clowning around with someone who kind of had kind of hard to approach. And when he had the opportunity, he was just clowning around, giving the opportunity. Hey, when the guards are down, you just want to reach out, and you kind of play along, and just your way of showing, hey, peace, and that's when I woke up. So I then did, I woke up from, the dream stopped. I was waking up, and then, sorry. um, so what I was looking at, I do a meditation. For those of you who are new to my channel or this topic, when I have a vision, I do this meditation technique that has been very successful to me in seeing things. I do not get audio with it. Um, and I see a variety of things. And what I'm seeing now, I started this technique 2014, I think it was. And then by 2017, um, that's when I start to see more, less geometrical shapes and start to see places, locations that I've never been to. And then later I start to see uh, people and environments, nature scenes, and it's really interesting. But now I'm seeing things really interesting. Um, so I want to share what I saw today. As I was waking up from the dream, I kick in my like I try to stay like aware. I say, okay, the dream's over. I keep my eyes closed, and then I just look straight ahead with my eyes closed, as if my eyelids are being used as a screen, and I'm just, in essence, looking into darkness. And I stayed with it about 30 seconds, and then I saw something, a vision of something. I think you call it clear, not clear, clairvoyance, like a clairvoyance. You see things. And what I saw was this. Now, in my awareness in what I'm looking at, I'm seeing as if I'm on the ground, looking upward. And I see a room. It's kind of more on the dark side. It wasn't a bright. It didn't seem like a bright room, and it's in an enclosure. Oh, excuse me. It's in an enclosure, but as if I'm looking diagonally upward, and I see that it's a room. And I'm trying to stay still and trying to focus on what I'm seeing. And then I see that it's a man I'm looking at. The man was wearing a space suit, some type of space suit, gear. Not like what the astronauts that, that look like a white outfit, puffy. No. This was, looked like war gear. And that's something I could, like I've seen movies in Hollywood, they have this gear on. It looks more like for protection. And I think he has something in his hands. And then I focus on his face. He was built, looked strong and healthy, Uh, oops, timer. Sorry about that. Yes, good morning. I see this viewer. Yes, and I see it's a man, well built, normal. I mean, he was like Arnold Schwarzenegger, not that type of build, but he looked like a strong, healthy man. And he had these goggles on, these goggles, but it was different. It looked like a specialty goggles. Um, it covered, like when you go on snorkeling and then you have to wear, the goggles with that. Is that shape around the eyes. And then it had another component on top of it, like it was in like two or three layers. And so you saw from the cheek down, I don't think he had anything on his head, but I see it's a man. And he's talking to someone on his right, and he's smiling and talking like it's a good movement, a moment in time. They just chit chatting, with his buddy. I don't remember anybody else, but I know he's talking to someone by his side or something. Because sometimes, like in my visions, I may not see a panoramic view, but it seems like focus. It's aimed at someone. And so I just saw him. And I see that he's talking. And, he's in a good mood, very jovial. Like, with guys, be talking and, amongst themselves. And yeah, it's all good. It's all good. And I noticed the outfit was this gear. It looked strong and looked like a hard component because it still covers his chest area all over. Body armor and the glasses. And then I'm looking behind him and all around. It's in a room. It is in a room. And it's like, you ever seen like Star Trek, all those type of shows, and there's that gear, things on the wall, gadgets and things like that. Like he's in that type of place. I said, oh wow. Because sometimes see, I never know what I'm going to see. I don't do that with my morning visions. After I wake up from sleeping or dreaming, I just stay conscious. It's like I'm aware. I come into my awareness and look straight ahead with my eyes closed. And as I really started to say, hey, this is a man. Not only was he a man in gear, some type of, in my opinion, space gear and the goggles, but it was a black man. He could have been like in his mid-30s, late 30s. Yeah, healthy. At his prime, and I felt he was a soldier. Yes, definitely, definitely. I would be 99.9% correct. Yeah, I don't remember what was in his hand. His hands were down, but kind of like up front. And so I think he could have been actually holding something. But that I don't remember, or I did not see. Short hair, I believe, short cropped hair. But I noticed his face. Yeah, he was a medium dark, skin complected. And his face was rough, like, yeah, like it might have been, um, you know, acne scarred, or he wasn't shaved. It was a rough texture. That I remember. That I was surprised. So either he had like pop, scars from acne, or he didn't shave, or a combination of both. Yeah, yeah. I was really surprised. It was very rough skin, and I see the background and the gear, the gadgets and things on the wall. I don't know what they were, and I'm seeing him again from that diagonally below. He's about, oh, he's maybe, I'm seeing him from maybe 8 feet away, 6 to 8 feet away from him, looking over. He doesn't see me, and I'm trying to stay very calm. And I noticed that my left eye had a little twitch or a spark that happened. Something. So I'm assuming that maybe my eyes are opening. Like I want to try to keep my eyes closed evenly. And sometimes, like when I'm really into what I'm seeing, maybe my eyes start to relax more, and maybe they start to open. But I felt like there was a twitch of light, but it's in one eye. I said, okay, try to keep the eye closed, keep closed. We want to see this. And then, yeah, that's usually a sign something's going to happen. That I won't be staying with what I'm seeing, or something's happening. So either I did something, my eyes are opening, whatever, and it's breaking the concentration. But I made sure I try to keep it tighter. Um, but then the scene started changing. Yeah, and this is a common theme with my visions. Common. Once some type of interference. Uh, I couldn't see the guy anymore, and then something replaced him. There was another being, a being, and non. It looked non-humanoid in this big gear, like space, but really fortified looking space gear, kind of monstrous. And then, yeah, at the same location where he was, the first guy, the black guy. And then what happens often, um, it's things are being obscured. Then these little, what I call, like a net. Like in military, um, in war, I can't say that word. Um, like the movie MASH. Remember, like when you don't want to be seen from above, they have this like a net, and it covers down below, so you don't see what's below this net, and the net has these jagged squares or rectangle shape, and it's a pale color, and so it's supposed to kind of blend in from above, so you can't really know what's below. I feel that's what this thing is, the same type of thing. And it's blocking your way. It's not complete blocking, but it's blocking enough. And then I see something moving behind it. And then everything starts to get darker and darker. People, what's happening? My cover's being blown, and they don't want you to see, period. What's behind this phenomenon, and when you are detected, so as if a switch comes on, and they're using technology to obscure what you're looking at, and it gets darker and darker, and then you see but then again you start to see movement, like movement in the dark. And to me it seems like something with multiple arms, like how do you say, trying to get comfortable here. Insects, crabs got those long arms, and it's like a shell on the outside. Yeah, that's something like that. I'm thinking, but multiple arms. You see just movement, things coming, by your face and moving about, trying to like it could like it's something sees your presence and it's coming after you. But I'm here in my room. I'm not over there physically, but um, I get detected. It's like but you're seeing something, and I want to try to stay real quiet, just real calm, and not be noticed. And then, boom, something happens, a twitch in the eye, something happens. And I really think it's not that because my eye might be getting too relaxed and slightly opening. No, I think I'm getting detected, and something that they're doing to obscure what I'm seeing. Um, yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened today. Yes, I'm just really waking up. Still, very relaxed. And I'm keeping my eyes closed most of this conversation that I'm having with you now. I'm just occasionally opening, seeing if anyone's on the chat room. Yet it's early. This is something else. Yeah, that I'm starting to see things, see more and more. Um, yeah, I've had other visions in the past, and yes, I believe, and not that I believe, some people believe in Santa Claus, but I feel I could say that I know that there is a space division here. I had past visions. I do my morning vision, as I explained earlier. And I saw a fleet of spacecrafts, and I felt as if I was in like a mothercraft looking outward and seeing a whole fleet. But I don't think I ever saw a person. But this is the first time I'm inside what seems like some type of, like in Star Trek, you see all these gadgets on the wall. It was a small space. Yeah, that was another thing. It seemed like a very small place. Wasn't big, but he was a soldier. Yep, funny goggles, like a two layer, because like it had like as if it was those goggles for swimming, and then there was some component, a layer on top of it, slightly smaller than the base layer. It could have had 2 to 3 layers, and it just had a simple band in the back to attached to the back of his head, you know, real simple. Yeah, he was talking. He was talking to someone. Ah, wow, very interesting. So yeah, I got interference, and this being. Oh, I'm trying to remember. Was it also something like in uh, Lost in Space? It couldn't. It kind of reminded me. What is that? It was some type of creature. It had arms and legs. Looked powerful, boy. Kind of just weird. Yeah, I know. I know. I've seen something like this in movies. I know I have something that at least what it reminded me of, and it had a male spirit. It looked like it was a male of its species. Yeah, I don't recall ever seeing, oh, wait. I was just about to say that I don't think I ever saw a female. Yes, in the past I've seen a female, um, but as for space or anything like that, um, that's right. He was the only one from space, really. Yeah, that's right. But I have seen in the past different types of people, but they were uh, the mass majority of the time male. But I do remember seeing one female. Yeah, that was real. That was real clear and detailed. It's about 1 or 2 years, maybe 2 years ago. I'm I'm seeing as if um, as if I'm looking at a monitor, and it seemed like I'm looking at a monitor that's capturing a security camera, and it seemed like I was in a building, some structure, I think like the second floor, and it's pointing to uh, oh, what do you call it? A reserve, a nature reserve, like a campground. That's the word. That's the word. A campground, a modern campground. You see, there's trees, tall trees, and the grass down below. The grass was not like, it looked kind of matted because I was seeing this through during the autumn season, and I felt that the season there was the same season, when it gets colder or whatever, the ground gets not as green. It seemed like that. And there was a woman, a slender, uh, average height woman with a child, petite, very slim, and half the height of the woman. And they're looking at this monument, something that looked like a rock, a carved rock, and it was about a yard high and a yard in diameter, and then there was a railing, circular railing around the whole structure, wooden railing, and so to keep people away, and they're staring at it, and it seemed kind of solemn. And then you see them walking. Yeah, she had a trench coat on, and I think it was a little boy, and they're walking towards my direction. I'm seeing it from above, like on a second floor level. Yeah, and they're walking above, I mean below, and they're walking towards my direction. And then you see a man walk out, chubby guy, kind of chubby, also wearing a trench coat, white shirt. The trench coat also was opened. And then you see that he's gesturing for her to come over. And then she reaches him and the child, and they're talking, and then they continue walking. So they walk past, so it was a camera. And they're walking past the vision, the view of what the camera was showing, as if it was like, a security camera, and that was positioned right there. It looked like it must have been an entrance. And then they walked in. I said, oh, shoot. That was amazing. Yeah, that was amazing. I've never, yeah, both of them were what you call white people slash Caucasians. They looked like they could have been in the United States. Yeah, it felt it was very American. Um, and I'm seeing through a monitor, like I'm some security person looking at yeah, I think that's what, something. I really start to wonder with some of the things that I see that I am seeing the eyes of somebody else. Yeah, they look like regular people, no official, just civilians, real ordinary, real ordinary, or Caucasian, and they're speaking, but I do not get audio. And that's what happened. So that was maybe 2 years ago. This is fascinating. Um, what also is fascinating about what's happening, what I'm seeing now these days, um, it's getting more real. Um, yeah, I shared with you a vision that I had earlier last month in February. This is now March 6th, 2023. Yeah, I saw a young black man between the ages of late teens, 20s, slim, very healthy looking, had a strong civilian, in my opinion. Um, and I was seeing him. Might have been a foot and a half away from his space, his face, and he's looking downward as if he's at a table of some type, and his arms are forward like he's holding something, but I don't see what's in his hands. I'm just looking upward at him, but close, not in his direct line of vision, but real close. And I'm like, what is this? I'm saying to myself, I'm seeing this. And then I really focus in to who is this person? I mean, I don't know who this person was. He was a black man, a young black man, a young adult. And wow. And when I looked into his face, his eyes, honey, I got scared. He had totally black eyes. I think you call it the sclera, the white part of the eyes. There's no white part. It was entirely black, jet black, glassy. I said, "Oh, you know what?" And I got scared because I don't want to deal with anybody that looked like that. Otherwise he looked like a regular person. He had short cut haircut, an African type, Afro texture hair, but had a weird hairline. It was very curvy. It was curvy. It looked like the Amalek, those statues of the Amalek, and they have one of the hair. It had the same hairline, that curvy. And when I saw he had black eyes and he had a very serious look, like he's focused on something, I said, honey, I don't want to deal with this. And I opened up my eyes. I was afraid that he would see me because I'm really close to his line of vision, just a fraction away from his vision. And I was scared when I saw that because about a month or so prior to that experience, I saw an African man, and I was way away from his line of vision. I was above him, but diagonally above, in front of him, and he was in a dark room, shirtless, and he had these long ethnic necklaces on. He was a young adult also, but a little older, in my opinion. He was definitely in his 20s, not like a teen 20, but a little older, like maybe late teen. He had a more mature, more experienced look about him, in my opinion. He was kind of slightly like a chubby or thick build, but you could tell it's strong though. Civilian, he was topless, and he's sitting in a like a lounge chair, like a chair, like what do you call the easy chair? They look like a black leather, look modern, but it was completely dark in the room. But you could tell he was looking at a TV possibly, or a monitor, watching video, whatever, a movie, whatever. And he's excited about what he's seeing. He's really into what he's watching, really excited, happily excited. And then it looks up in my direction, and he grabbed a spear, and he was spearing me, poking, trying to poke me, whatever what he was looking at. I said, "Oh shoot!" Yeah, he grizzled at me, like no audio, but that's what he probably was doing, saying. And I opened my eyes real quick. I said, "Oh shoot!" Yeah, I don't want to get in anybody's business, people. And I just thought what I was seeing was just like a movie. Not that it's real, that it will engage in you. I didn't know that. Yeah, that never happened before. That like that never happened. It was so clear, real. Then I closed my eyes again, like maybe a minute later, and the guy came in view again. And he was still doing what he was doing. He was still spearing me. So I realized that, or consciousness or whatever, that there's a residue that's remained because he was still stabbing away. He was angry. He was livid. Yeah, he had no fear, man. This man was on a warpath with whatever what he saw. He was jabbing at it. I don't know what he sees. That would be interesting. What is he seeing? What is he seeing? Is he seeing like a light, or does he actually see me? See, that's a mystery. Yeah, it's really interesting. And, one thing with this meditation technique that I do, I in no way want to bud or invade anybody's privacy. You know, um, I didn't know something like this could happen. When I do this, I just say, whatever what comes, comes. It's like you're watching a movie. It's not supposed to be real. People, I think sometimes it is real. I really wonder this phenomenon. Um, what do they see when they see something? You ever like just, you're doing something in real life and you see something on the corner of your eye? And sometimes you might look real quick, like a flash or something. You see that there's something there. Yeah, I'm wondering whether it's something like that. But you know what else? I've shared this before also. I saw myself looking back at me. I know that's wild. Yeah, this is some years ago, maybe it was before COVID. And I'm taking a little nap in my bed, and it's like real cloudy outside. So I had the curtains drawn. I just wanted to be cozy that, sleeping in late that Saturday. Yeah, I think it's a Saturday. And I'm conscious, but real out of it. My eyes are closed, just chilling out. And then, boom, I see someone standing. My eyes are closed, but I see someone standing in front of me. And then I focused more. I said, oh my God, that's me. It was me looking at me where I'm actually laying. She was smiling. Um, I saw a lot of skin, like no, because see, I was in bed. I didn't have anything on, in real life, and I'm seeing this. person looking at me. And I said, wow. I said to myself, wow, they even have messy hair like I do. And the skin, even though it was dark in the room, it was daytime, like in the early afternoon, but it was cloudy outside. And when it's cloudy and then you have the blinds closed, it's going to be darker. But this person, skin is illuminated, it's reflecting light. I mean, no aura, but the skin had it's reflecting light. And so I thought it was bright. And she was looking at me. And I just thought maybe I'm astral projecting and looking in the mirror. That's what I thought. But in hindsight, my mirror, wouldn't you see the mirror? You didn't see, I just see me. And then the behind the me was like a white background, like, like in my room. There's something, my closet, it's all white. The door was closed. So I'm just thinking, I'm seeing that. Yeah, I don't think I was looking in any mirror, but it was a phenomenon. And my consciousness saw me looking back at me. And I was looking in the eyes. I was looking right at them. Wow. That was the first and only time something like that happened. But I've had one other earlier session, and I feel like it was a time thing. It wasn't something current. And I was sitting in my living room with my device, it looked like my iPad, and I'm thumbing through it quickly, horizontally. And I'm kind of hunched over. I'm looking at this intently at this thing, and I'm sitting down. I just know I was by the coffee table. And when I was diagonally behind the, viewing this scene or the me. I was across the room, so I'm a good 10 feet, 12 feet away, and I'm looking at this person, me. Yeah, I think that was a time thing. It's something from another time. Yeah, I was just wearing regular clothes. I don't remember the details, what I was wearing. But it was me. I said, "Oh, wow, that's me." Yeah, people. Yeah. Um, so I keep remembering that particular vision and trying to try to study or remember because my room I've changed my living room many times. And yeah, because I was sitting on something, the edge of something, kind of, leaning forward, really into looking at my iPad, this, like I'm fascinated. I'm looking at something I'm fascinating because I'm watching. I don't know what I was watching. Yeah, I'm wondering, was this a parallel? Was it something future or past? I don't know. I don't know. But I thought that was fascinating. And yeah, I've seen things over the time, and it always seems like when I started to see people for the first time, this is going to sound weird, that I was always as if I'm hiding behind an object, and it was like a tree, not a tree. What do you call it? Like a palm tree type of thing. So a plant with long, skinny leaves, and I'm like peering through, as if I'm peering through this thing. But now, I don't see that type of thing. But what happens it's getting obscured with those triangle, those jagged pieces, as if it's like a membrane, and it's in jagged pieces. And so you can see partially, in between the cuts in it to see what's behind it. Yeah, and I feel that it's done deliberate. It is someone knows what's happening, and they could put up a shield, so to speak, so that you cannot see anymore what you're seeing. So one moment it's off, and then boom, I get detected. The thing comes up. Then sometimes you might see a being, and it's very dark, very very dark, so that I can hardly see. But I see like within the darkness something moving, and it seems to be I get a bad vibe when I see that. You see a lot of movement, and it seems like there's multiple limbs, and it's coming at my face. It does. It's I'm detected, and I'm still trying to look through, trying to see through the darkness in this thing. But it ain't happening. It ain't happening. I get detected. My presence gets detected, and that defense system comes up. So yeah, I saw looked like a spaceman wearing gear. Looked like to me war gear, like he's a soldier. Strong guy, black man too. Looked like a black American, but with bad skin. Yeah, he's a medium dark. Regular, just a regular, you know, black man, black American man. Seemed confident, strong. Yeah, yeah. And he's talking to someone, and he's in a good mood. He's laughing, and he was talking. But again, I do not hear audio. This is what I see. As if he's talking to someone, verbalizing to someone. It's in a good mood, jolly mood. Yeah, security, like a security guard, some type of protective force. A soldier, in my opinion. Short hair, yeah. I don't think he had a helmet on. I'm not sure if he had a something on his head. But I remember yeah, yeah, just the goggles, I think. Because I can see that there's something behind his head. Because there's a strap holding the goggles, like thing. Yeah. Yeah, it remind me of like, when you go and swim in the goggles, the shape, the outline of it, like that. But had two other layers on top of it, one or two other layers on top of it, that was smaller. So each layer uh, was smaller and smaller. Yeah, but not too gaudy, not too, because I saw a movie with those night vision goggles. No, it wasn't anything big like that. This was more compact, more closer to the face, but you could see his goggles. Yeah, oops. Oh, sorry about that. The timer, a low battery signal just popped up. Yeah, people, let me know what you think. Have you had these experiences? Have you ever seen things out in space? Are you seeing like the interference pattern? And then once that thing is on, that signal is on, you ain't going to see anything, and you get obscurification. Yeah, no more to see. Have you gotten detected and someone coming after you? Let me know. Have you ever seen those um, beings like with the multiple arms that remind me of sea creatures like a like a lobster type of thing. Reminds me of that. All those. Ugh. Yeah, it's just weird because because I'm right here in my room, but I know that I'm seeing something that I'm not supposed to be seeing. Yes, people, there is another world out there. There is another world, and they're keeping you distracted with this so-called C-19 or race riots, etc. Yeah, these are all distractions. They're doing things. And if you know that what they were doing out there, you want to be focused on foolery. Yeah, this is something. This is there's some war thing. I get that's a soldier that I saw. So if it's fighting here on this planet, don't you think it's fighting outside? And remember, number 45 implemented the Space Force. When they talk about something, they already have it, and it's operational. Playing us stupid. Yeah, people, start meditating and start seeing and discovering for yourself. They want us focused on foolery. There is advancement out there, technologies, space. I've seen these crafts. Honey, it is fully operational. And yeah, I think just like on planet Earth, there's war out there also. Yeah. So that's all for now. I can't think of anything else. Let me know what you think. Let me know your experiences. And if you have any questions, please ask me. So take care and enjoy the rest of your day. See ya.